some from the bank locally, but all from Scotiabank funneling into doing this project.
I mean, coming here, I don't know if you have a first-hand look at the condition. You can give me a history as to the condition that you saw the school and were you moved by it? Was it easy for you to say yes after seeing the condition of the students?
Yeah, the school was in very, very bad condition. It's obviously an environment that's not conducive for children to learn in. And so when we saw the school, a group came out here and looked at it themselves. It's just impossible for those students to continue to learn in that kind of environment. And we know we can make a difference, so we decided that we would. It was very easy to make the choice to come out here and get this project done.
All right, maybe we can speak a little bit to the volunteer effort. Who
Okay.
we have here today and the level of coordination it took.
Yeah.
And is this something that you guys do?
Okay. Huge volunteer effort. There are 8 people who have come from overseas just to participate in this project. But in addition to the visitors from overseas, my entire corporate banking team, about 20 odd people are here. Scotiabank Centre branch also chipped in. We've always had a very close relationship. Our 12th floor customer support center has also chipped in to participate in the project. And the Maypen branch, which is nearby also. So roughly 100 people, 100 Scotiabankers are here doing these projects. We've been planning it from about November last year. The decision to do it was made at about November. The coordination with Scotiabank Toronto has been ongoing since then. We've been having ongoing discussions with Food for the Poor on the logistics of the project, working it through. And it's just been a huge effort from November till now. And here we are, getting it done.
All right, no, not yet.
These are what Scotiabank is all about. Every day we go about doing our business, trying to make people financially better off. We try to make people have access to homes. We try to make people have access to new cars. We inject funds into business and help stimulate growth. We're always trying to help people be financially better off. And this project is just an extension of that. Here we are trying to make people financially better off. Education is a way out of poverty. And if these children don't have the opportunity of a good education in the right environment, they'll never become financially better off. So this is us trying to help them become financially better off. And we're working very hard at that right here.
All right, what I want to ask you, you started it, but for Scotiabank, since last year, I don't know if you can give me any figures on that, the amount of projects that you have done, how much they have cost you, and up to the first quarter of this year, I don't know if you can give me any.
Well, I can't. Scotiabank is always doing projects, and it's coordinated from the foundation. The projects are always ongoing. From a corporate banking perspective, we have done a project every year. This is our third. We built a home in St. Thomas 2 years ago. We built a home in Portland a year ago, and this is our next effort. And once we're done with this, we'll be thinking about what the next one will be, and what the next one will be, and what the next one will be. So from a corporate bank perspective, this is an annual project, but I know the bank, the foundation are always looking at ways in which they can add value to the communities. The branches, the units are always looking at ways in which they can add value to their communities and make people financially better off, whether it's while we dress up in our suits and ties and are in the office, or whether we get out and roll out our sleeves in our Scotiabank t-shirts and do physical work like we're doing here today.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, well said, sir.
I'm on take with my...
You're well protected, man.
Who am I speaking with?
Ryan Peralto, acting CEO, Food for the Poor.
Ryan, you have been doing a lot of work in Jamaica. You work along with Scotiabank. They spoke highly of you getting into projects. Please tell me about this one.
Well, this one is a continuation of a relationship that we have had with Scotiabank over a number of years now. And what we have been finding is that as we do each project, the enthusiasm grows and the benefits that everyone sees from the project brings us back.
All right. We have been, well, not weird, but so far I'm seeing a challenge here. Rain, you have 2 buildings to put up, possibly a house to go
Yes.
later on. You have been building houses like crazy. Tell me, what's your projection for this? Will it be completed, etc.?
Okay, we know we'll be able to finish the school today and the cottage for the teacher. for here at the school. We're hoping to be able to also do the house, and if it doesn't get done today, it will be done by the time within another couple of days. We also, once the structures are put up here, the school itself will be fitted out with interior electrics, with furnishings, with things that have been donated, which Bank of Nova Scotia has mobilized and gotten to fill the school. So we know that within another couple of days to a week, we're going to be having a finished project.
Okay, good. But in terms of houses, have you been, I know the last time you have been challenging with the research and cutting back on the supply, the demand is there, but tell me what's the latest on that?
Okay, we build a total of 200 housing units each month. We have a waiting list of 6,000 applications. So we have a huge task. What we are looking to do, and like Scotia has done in this case, is if we can partner with organizations locally, then we can add to that production because our personnel can put out more houses than 200 units a month. So we're hoping to develop those partnerships and to expand our housing production. Meanwhile, our supply of donations coming out of North America, which is where Food for the Poor does a lot of its mobilization, that's been going strong despite the recession. People recognize that we do good work, and as many know, 96% of all our donations go back towards the intended usage. So our operating costs are very low, and that has drawn people to Food for the Poor, so we're grateful for that as well.
All right. How easy was it, or how, I mean, looking at the condition of the school, you must have seen many deplorable conditions in situation, and people, you know that you are the CEO, they don't know that they see you hammering, etc., etc. Is it a joy for you to?
Oh boy, I love this stuff. I grew up doing this kind of stuff, and I like to be able to come back and do this work. Get a little old, start to wear gloves now, and I never used to have to wear gloves, but I love it. And being up on the roof and nailing and knowing that you are building something for somebody, that just adds to the satisfaction I get from doing the work. And it's just the way that I find that everybody gets encouraged. If we all pitch in, then we all can do so much more. If some work and some don't work, it will get less done. So I'm a worker like everybody else, and we need to get the work done. Anything. If it's carrying water, that's fine by me.
All right. I want you to separate a little bit for me the school in terms of necessities, needs, prioritize. But seeing a situation like this for schools and houses, I know family units, but I mean, is it easier for you to get through these projects than the houses, etc.? And how many you have done?
Okay, schools are not as heavy a need, mainly because there are a lot less schools in need than there are persons needing houses. And what we find there is we are able to mobilize. For instance, we had an example in Westmoreland recently where between a group called the Westmoreland Basic School Support, Bank of Nova Scotia Canada, Food for the Poor Canada, Bank of Nova Scotia in Savlamar, and in Bank of Nova Scotia Foundation and Food for the Poor locally, we built a basic school. With those kinds of partners, you can mobilize funding, and everybody hearing that it's kids, knowing that you might have 30, 40, 50, 70 kids that need somewhere, you find you can get help there. So whenever we ask for a school, we find the response is very good. And we'd love to partner a lot more with Corporate Jamaica in doing some schools, because there are schools out there in need. There are places that could use an upgrade. And if we have more corporate partners in that area, I think we could make a big impact. One of the things we are doing, just to mention, is we have a project since 2006 to convert the pit latrines into flush toilets in our schools. And we have gone about 80 odd schools so far, and we are still looking for partners there again to convert even more schools from pit toilets to flush toilets, and that's called Flush for Life. That's another project again, and again we go out there, we ask for help because we know the children will have a more healthy environment and will have an environment more conducive to education, because they're our future. And so we have to do the work to make sure that they have a place that they can study in, that they can play in, and they can develop much more rapidly. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, man. All right, good. Who am I speaking with here? What's your name?
My name is Nardia Graham.
Where we are now, the UR, the?
principal of Alexandria Basic School,
And you are which located in?
Alexandria New Ground, Clarendon.
All right, tell me, what's the condition, I mean, how many students you have?
Well, normally I have 25 students enrolled, two, two, 2.5 years old.
How do you do? How do you do? How do you do? Tell me, give me the history, the condition of the school.
Okay, the building. The building is cricket changing room. It's a cricket changing room, and whenever time rain fall, we don't have any window, and most time inside they're wet, and the wall, most time the water just coming on the wall. So we're really in need of a basic school.
But before you moved to the cricket changing
Okay, we were in that building over there, and Hurricane Dean came and it hit down, so we don't have anywhere else to go more than in the changing room. That's where I am now.
and so tell me, how long ago? That's Hurricane Dean, and then that's in 2004.
2004.
So since then you have been in that condition with how many students?
More than 25 in those times. When I was in that building, I have more than 25.
So how you manage or you cope?
Well, just by the grace of God.
So how do you feel now for the poor?
Well, feel good. Feel good. Very, very good. Because if it wasn't Mr. Charles' daughter Patrice, when they came here to do medical health, we would never get to see Patrice and talk to her. That's why they are pushing it so far that we can have a school.
So I guess now you want to thank both
Food for the Poor and Scotiabank.
Go ahead.
Well, I would like to say thanks to all the people from Food for the Poor and Scotiabank, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
And what will you be doing with the school? How many students you'll be getting? How many you'll be now enrolling?
Well, probably when we were about probably more than 50.
Tell me before now, is it that now you're going to be complying with the new standard and regulation?
Right.
Before you didn't have it. Just explain that for me.
Well, we didn't have any the new school regulation now that is in. We have to try our endeavor best to do whatsoever they said that we are supposed to do.
And you'll maintain and keep up.
Right. So, so we'll try our endeavor best and see what we can do.
All right, I will.
Okay.
Speaking with, what's your name?
Oh, my name is Mrs. Roden.
Just a second.
Okay, my name is Mrs. Roden of Basic School, the parish of Clarendon, District of Alexandria.
How long now you have this?
Well, I'm in this business from in the 70s, but I left and went to an all age, and then I came back about 10 years now.
Okay, so and is it what, 10 years now you're doing it at your home? Or?
Yes, at my house.
Okay, so what have actually led you to do that?
Well, I love to deal with the children, you know, the infants. I love to deal with them, you know, and so I just keep doing that.
So 10 years you have been doing this, so a lot of students must have been passed through your
Yes,
hands
a lot.
Tell me, what's the capacity you can at any one time students you can have in that? How is it up here?
You know, I used to have over 30, yes, but people from early childhood came and tell me I'm not to take so much because the place is not convenient. It's too small, right? So I just limit myself. Yeah.
So it's small one and the facilities. Tell me more. Is somebody at a disadvantage or other issues they were having?
You know, the space was not there for the children, and you know, sometimes you know, it caused them to, you know, just fight and, you know, because they were not comfortable in that little place that I am in there now. Not very comfortable at all.